Welcome to the Deakin University Match of the Round out at Templestowe Reserve. It is the Templestowe Dockers taking on Norwood Division 5 clash. The first time we've seen both sides live in a broadcast game as both teams enter the competition this year in 2025. I'm Ryan Long, media manager with EFNL, and joined in pre-game here by Kate Green, who's done a fantastic job with the women's program, the media program across the season. And for the first time, we get to see both Norwood and Templestowe live in a game. It's quite exciting. It
is, and just speaking with a couple of girls from both teams and with both coaches, just getting information and confirming that information this morning. Both teams were really excited. They never expected it because they thought, being Div 5, they wouldn't get a look in, but so they're absolutely super pumped.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and I think that's probably the great thing about obviously the broadcast and getting around to different grounds and different sides, seeing them for the first time. And of course, it worked out perfectly this week that we were able to get both Templestowe and Norwood, because both coming into the competition for the first time, and really exciting to have that chance to obviously see the two sides live in action. And both have been really good to start the season, both with wins. Norwood coming into this clash undefeated, 4 straight, and then for Templestowe, they got their first win last week, which was really exciting for everyone down at the Templestowe Footy Club to get that one on the board. And joining us now, the senior coach, Travis, is just about to get set up here. And great to have your company this morning. Thanks for joining us. Very exciting to be out here at Templestowe Reserve.
Yeah, thanks very much. Welcome the media team to Porter Street. I think this is the first time this year.
Yeah, first time this year, 100%. Yep.
Yeah, cool. And we're up on the hill this week.
It is. It's the first. Usually we've got the media van on the far side when we've been here for a senior men's clash, but obviously great view for us, bit of a vantage point. But how have the girls been this week? Excited to have their game covered this weekend?
Oh, that created a bit of nerve, so we didn't talk about it too much. I said after our good win last week, they've decided they've jumped on, and we're a big deal in town at the moment after our win, so they got a little bit nervous. Oh, what are we going to do? I can't deal with that. I'm like, just go and play footy. Keep getting better. Don't worry about it. You won't even notice what's happening. So, yeah, so we haven't spoken about it too much.
That's right. 2 minutes in, they'll forget that we're even here today. But
correct, yeah.
Obviously last week, as you said, very exciting for the club to get their first, for the girls to get their first win in the senior competition, and had some really good positive results before then, leading up to the game. So, did it feel like it was coming soon, that you just had to keep going and keep improving, and that win was coming?
I mean, we probably, and all credit to Upper Gully, the first game, that could have gone either way, that game. So, afterwards, I thought, I would have loved to have got a win, but I thought it might have been a bit before our time.
Yep.
So we might have fluked it if we had got up, whereas it meant we could build. The next week we played Norwood, and there was a bit of a mix-up with a few things and numbers and stuff before the game. So it was 14 v 16 for the first 10 minutes. They kicked 4 goals before we'd woken up. And then we sort of just recovered, and they just chipped away a little bit. So, and then the other weeks, even against Heathmont, they beat us on the scoreboard. I think it was 80 points. I couldn't believe it. They kicked 6-7 in the last quarter or something. We had 2 players off injured, and it just, so it's been like that. It hasn't been that we've been getting smashed. It's just looked a bit ordinary, the scoreboard, but it's been building. You can see the improvement. I think I've got 8 first-time players. A couple of them aren't playing today, but yeah, 8 first-time players. So, and even the junior, and I've been pretty open that, we brought junior players in from previous seasons, and we've had a few of our under-18s play. But even our former junior players, they haven't played since 2022, I think was our last season. So they've got to relearn again, and their bodies have got to relearn what they're doing. So, yeah, it's been a slow process to get there. But even winning last week was probably a bit before our time to get a win up last week. But, yeah, it was still enjoyable. It was good fun to win.
Absolutely. What have been some of those key things that those newer players have learned, or the players coming back into footy this year? What's been some of the things that they've really improved on in the first 5 to 6 weeks of the season?
So probably the fitness. So early on, the first game was 32 degrees as well.
Yeah.
And that wasn't much fun, when they hadn't played footy for a while. So they were coming off the ground tired. Then they... so the fitness has improved, the soreness, their bodies are getting used to playing footy, but also just the responsibility of the ball in hand. So when we played the Basin a couple of weeks ago, which, were a lot of bigger, stronger, mature bodies that were playing, and when you see, we're pretty small, and Yeah, so the physicality early on, we'll sort of over handballing. We'll sort of, handball that ball off to responsibility. You take it, you take it, you take it, holding the ball. So I said, we've got to stop doing that. So sort of just getting back to a bit of basics. Handball the ball, get it moving. Handball, get it moving. Run and get the handball past and kick it forward and create stoppages and things like that. So, but also now we've played everyone. Once you can sort of have a look and you know what you're up against.
Yep.
So when you're playing teams for the first time, you go, who's that? Oh, she's running rings around us. Look at the size of their ruckman, whatever it is. So, it's just been slow improvement. The best thing is that the training's been great and they're showing up all the time and enjoying it. We've had a couple of good parties. So, we've really sort of clicked really well. It's a really good group.
Yeah, you mentioned when I was going through grabbing information from you earlier, just about Mia Lim and how quick and fast she is. Besides, could you tell us a little bit about Mia and other
May it is, yep.
Mia and some other players that we would be looking out for, seeing that we've not seen you guys before?
Yeah, so May plays forward. She'll go into the middle a little bit as well. Super fast and just knows where the goals are. Really hard worker. She'll get knocked down a few times, but she bounces up. I hope she keeps bouncing up. So she gives us a lot of highlights. Hopefully you guys will enjoy her. So May Lim, number 8, I think she wears. Vic Giansante played really well last week. She's a really, really good long kick when she's nice and confident, can mark the ball well. So hopefully she'll get a bit of run and movement. She's pretty quick as well. Who else? Logan Lawson plays in the middle as sort of directs traffic a little bit in there. And then across halfback, Hope and Summer, so Keenhoos and Sumner are their surnames, and Tia Miller are really good through the back line at setting us up, and Alex Romanella. We've got a really good back 5, it's a back 5. And then Shana Miller on the wing has probably played every minute of the year, lots of tackles, lots of run. You'll be surprised. Number 11, really good tackling and wins the ball quite a lot for her size as well. She's a real tough cooker. And then Dimmy Dumas at full forward. She lit it up last week, took a couple of really good grabs. So hopefully she'll provide a bit of entertainment for us as well.
Absolutely. And obviously, as you said, you've played now, I think, everyone once or pretty close to it. So the second time you get to face Norwood, what are some of the things you learnt from that game that you've been able to take into, obviously, the preparation for today?
Yeah, so they're really well structured. So we saw the first time, they were out on the ground setting up where they were standing in positions and things like that. We're not quite at that stage yet.
Yep.
We're slowly learning that. But even today, they were here before I arrived. They were out on the ground meeting. So they seem to run a pretty professional and really well-structured setup. But in the second half last time, when we got a bit more, we weren't super physical early on, and we were just sort of spoiling and tackling a lot more in the second half, and it threw them off their balance a little bit. To sort of throw those structures out a little bit, and we sort of set ourselves up a little bit better. But they were really well structured, and they're young. They kick the footy really well, really impressive. Their kicking, our kicking's not at that standard yet. So, and they took a lot of marks. It's a really important. We know when we take a lot of marks, seems to go your way a lot more, just to get that control of the ball a little bit. So, they're a really good. They're a good unit. But as I said to the girls, they're not unstoppable. They're far from unstoppable. The other results against the other teams have been 2 goals to 3 and things like that. So hopefully that's the plan today. But most weeks we've had those 2 or 3 goals kicked really early.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping today that won't be the case.
Yeah, that's right. Travis, thank you for giving up time. Obviously, it's a busy morning ahead, and you've got a long walk back over to the other side of the ground.
Walking across there, and then we've got a ladies' lunch this afternoon as well.
It's a big day for the club.
Yeah, I'm hosting that as well.
Oh, really?
Straight after the game. Hopefully we'll have a win. I'll be in real good form.
That would be fantastic. All the best, Travis. Thank you for your time. The senior coach there of the Templestowe Football Club. Great to have them in the competition this season, as we're soon to be welcomed by the Norwood senior women's coach, and both sides obviously new to the competition this year. And again, Kate, has been fantastic. I know you haven't got your headset on at the moment, but it's been fantastic to see this growth of the senior women's competition from 2 to 3 years ago when we started broadcasting these games. And I think there was maybe 3 or 4 divisions, but the amount of teams that come in, extra teams, second teams, new clubs, been fantastic.
I think it actually inspires clubs to aspire to having a women's a team because, one, it keeps their juniors at the club, and it also grows the club. And if you can have your juniors going straight through to your senior women and not going off somewhere else, that's all the better for that club. And it's just been really, really great to see over the last 4 years that we've been doing women's matches around.
Yeah, that's certainly right. And Templestowe is a great example with the senior men's side as well going so well. But for the first time this morning, we're joined by Tyler Bender, the Norwood senior coach. Tyler, great to have your company this morning.
How are we?
Yeah, very good. Yourself?
Yeah, can't complain.
Great to obviously see Norwood for the first time and into the competition this year. Have you found it so far in the first 5 to 6 weeks of the season?
Yeah, it's been a lot different to what I've been used to before. I guess my main thing was just creating that development first with all the younger girls coming up. And if we sort of did that first and built a lot of relationships, then everything else would take over. So planned out so well.
Absolutely.
So far.
And tell us about your experience. I think you came from WA potentially to come here and some coaching opportunities. And how did you end up landing the role here at Norwood?
Yeah, so I came from WA. Couldn't play anymore due to concussion, so I thought I'd just continue my coaching career. And I've seen a few opportunities over here. And Norwood reached out and sort of said, we might start a women's team, see how we go. I think we started with 8. And then now we've got, I think, 32 or 33 on our list. So it's sort of becoming a destination club, which is one of our key things we wanted to focus on this year. And having such a young group, like, it brings in, a lot more eyes into the club with, a lot of opportunities outside of Norwood. So, I think it's been unreal so far. So yeah.
Absolutely, and the results have been quite positive as well, undefeated so far, but I'm sure that's a bonus. First and foremost is getting the side up and the development of the group. And how have you sort of seen the way the players have gone about their footy so far? And obviously, as you said, it's a very young group too, and a lot of, I think, from juniors coming through to senior level. How have you seen the first 4 to 5 games?
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising, to be honest with you. We didn't really have much expectations coming in.
Yep.
But I think once I sort of, like I said, built that trust and respect from the girls, then I can sort of give them my knowledge and be a bit more like sterner with them, be a bit more stronger. And I think they sort of took that on board and sort of, trusted everything that I said.
Yep.
So I guess the last 4 or 5 weeks has been not only a team building thing and trying to build the future in the next 2 or 3 years, but just trying to make them have fun, mate. And the wins are a bonus, like you said. Brings everyone else down, sort of gets that exposure outside of footy as well. So
100%.
It's been really good so far.
Just with the team, you've got some a good mix of experienced players and new, as well as you've got the Norwood juniors coming up through. Are there any players that have really impressed you over the season so far, and who are they?
Yeah, obviously all 32 impressed me. That's why they get selected each week. But I think it was pretty obvious from the start to have Alana as our captain. First day she came down, she just on and off the field she was unreal, especially with all the younger girls coming up.
Yeah.
And then Lily Ellis, my vice captain, she coming up from the 18s last year. She tried to take a new role on this year, and she was a bit hesitant at the start, but I think since confidence has sort of come, sort of made that a bit better. But like today, we've got, I think it's about 4 under-16s coming up from our junior program. We've got Sienna Landy, Emmy Smith, Leah Dembraba, and Tash Rochford.
Yeah.
They're guns. Like, I'm sure we'll see them in higher leagues in the next couple of years because, they deserve the opportunity this year. And I think credit to Norwood as well for allowing that to happen, especially Dan, the under-16 coach. I couldn't thank him enough because it sort of gives me the opportunity to not only give the younger ones the exposure to play senior football, but also learn what it's like in the next couple of years. So when they do move up, it's not brand new. They're sort of used to it and they become leaders in the future. So, I think that's the way that women's footy should be run. Have a few juniors coming up the program and giving everyone opportunity when they sort of deserve it.
Have you had other juniors besides the ones that you've just mentioned do previous games?
Yeah, so we've had Ruby Gregson as well. She's got netball today, but she's come up for a game or two already, and I'm pretty sure that might be it. Apologies if I've forgotten anyone, but we've had a few that are sort of listed to come and train with us as well, and it's you know, we don't really put them over the seniors. I think this week we had about 7 or 8 out with injuries, so it was a really good opportunity for me to actually bring him in and sort of give him that exposure. But, you know, this year, expect to see some more, if not the same players playing week in, week out, because, yeah, like I said, I think it's really important to bring those juniors up and sort of get that exposure early.
Well, with you doing that, you're not dissimilar to a lot of clubs that we've seen over the past seasons and this year, where they are bringing up their under-18s, or if they haven't got under-18s, they're bringing up their under-16s to get that experience. So it isn't as scary, and they know the kind of level that you're playing at. I think that was the siren for time.
Yes, yeah, almost ready to go. Just before we let you go, just on the connection between the juniors and seniors, obviously we've, you know, gone around the clubs, and a lot of the, you know, the best setups are the ones that have that great pathway and connection between junior and senior. Has that been a big strength of Norwood that you've noticed since coming here?
Oh, absolutely, mate. I think that was one of the main things that sort of brought me down was the, you know, we had under-18s at the start and a few numbers left because we were uncertain with the senior level when I first came down. But that's why I brought the 18s straight away. Like, unfortunately, when they folded, I had a chat to Rob, which was the initial head coach for that program, and I said, look, we'll bring up the ones that are still committed. They can come up, and he's actually my assistant as well to try and get that senior exposure as well. But yeah, the under-16s and under-14s, especially on the women's side of things, it's actually pretty scary to know like what the next couple of years will look like in the women's senior program. So expect us to have a couple of teams in the seniors next year, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great news. Congratulations again on getting this all up and about in the early parts of the season. All the best this afternoon or this morning, and hopefully for your sake another win.
Oh, hopefully, mate. No, I really appreciate this exposure. Like, the girls are very pumped, and I know Templestowe even more pumped. So I really appreciate it, guys.
No, we're certainly glad to be able to come down and watch. So all the best is today.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
There you go, the senior coach of the Norwood Football Club, Tyler, and doing a fantastic job down at Norwood, and great to obviously be here for today's broadcast game between the two sides, and a great chance to obviously a bit of exposure for both sides. And I think we had a similar experience last year or the year before when first time we saw Wantirna South. That was 2023 when we saw Wantirna South and Nuttawading for the first time. So it is always exciting to get around to new clubs, and particularly ones who have only just got back into the senior women's competition.
Particularly Wantirna South, like first time they'd had a women's team, not only had you know, with the girls playing excited, you had the junior girls there excited and dancing in front of the camera. I think it was the dub that they were doing along with the sports trainers.
Do you dab?
The dab.
Yeah.
But just to see that and see how excited Nuttawading and Wantirna South were when we did that in 23, and then to see Wantirna go off and play finals last year. I mean, I'm not saying that it was a massive boost to their confidence, but the fact that, you know, we do come out and we do see the lower divisions, it encourages them to keep going, keep developing, and that they know that they're seen. And I think that's the biggest thing with women's footy. You know, we do Premier 1 and 2, but I think it's the lower divisions that are, they're never going to come and see us. And when we do, they're just so appreciative of it, and the fact that they are acknowledged and they are seen. I think it does a lot for women's football overall with the EFNL.
Yeah, as Norwood make their way out onto the field at the moment, and Templestowe just about to enter the ground as well, just behind them. But yeah, great point, and obviously very exciting for both clubs to be out here today, and live streamed it on EFNL YouTube page today. Big game, of course. We'll keep you updated with all the scores around the grounds as much as we can this morning. Neil might be joining me up here, and perfect vantage point for us today. Usually, as we said, we're on the far side with the media van, but today we've got we're up on the hill. We can park right behind, so it's a 1 minute walk to my car, which is very different to the usual trip. But just looking at the coin toss at the moment in the middle of the ground, looks like Templestowe have won and be kicking to the right side of your screen.
which is the
Porter Road.
Yeah. Just as well, I used to live around this region.
I've never been out here too often. It's only I reckon, third time I've been here ever.
Yeah, with
the second, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, with the men's matches around. But it's just really exciting to be here for the women's.
Yeah, certainly right. It's very exciting times here. We'll keep you updated with some of the games around the grounds. Just having a look through now, there is in this division, of course, a game that's already underway down at Batterham Reserve between the Base and Upper Ferntree Gully. That started at 9:30, and then Heathmont Blue with the bye. And of course, with Vermont Gold moving up to Division 4, this has now really opened up for both sides, and particularly Norwood, who, as we said, are 4-0 and sitting with a 2-game gap of second and third place. And then Templestowe even obviously developing very nicely and get their first win, and suddenly they're in top 4. So good chance that both sides could play off in some finals this season, and particularly for Norwood. I mean, not that it was coming in the plan. They could potentially go all the way, and we see them in a grand final this year, and that is really exciting for both clubs. But we're almost ready to go for this first term as the players start to make their way out to their positions.
It's actually quite exciting, the fact that as the competition grows, the girls are getting more and more confident. The junior girls. We're just getting a late inclusion for Templestowe, and that is Violet Maletta, number 6. So both teams, some quick late inclusions. It's always the way whenever I go and check with the team managers.
That's all right.
Numbers and that. It's like all good until we get on the game. And
so
over to you.
Ready to go here at Templestowe Reserve. First clearance, all important. Wearing the number 2 there, Ella Steely, should I say. And a chance now for Templestowe. They'll go forward towards the half-forward line, looking for Humphreys.
That was Hope Sumner, number 13. One of the ones that Trav Wasson mentioned to us earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get a ball up again. Beautiful conditions out here this morning at Templestowe Reserve. If you've just joined us, the Dockers will be kicking to Porter Street, or on the right of your screen at home. Currently sitting at the half-forward line, but Norwood are going to clear this one out. Here's Davies. Handballed it forward. The skipper in Morby has a bit of time and space. Of course, has come from Nutter Wadding. Looking forward for Ellis. Bouncing footy inside 50 here for Norwood. Picked up by Templestowe.
Nice.
Jean Sante.
Nice tackle.
And we'll get a ball up inside Norwood's forward 50. Tap down again. And wearing the 16 today is Maggie Caden. Dockers looking to clear this one out now. Jean Sante out towards their half-back line. And we'll get a ball up. So plenty of numbers around this for the Dockers. But a great tackle laid, and we'll do it all again. A stop is just outside forward 50 for Norwood. Inside there. 50 they go, trying to break free from a tackle. There was Chapman, got away and put the first goal on the board. Abby Chapman delivers for Norwood, and they move to 1 straight 6 to Templestowe yet to score. Across her career so far, has played 13 games. Back in the middle again. Will we have another change, Kate?
No, just confirming we had number 6, the Templestowe Violet and Red.
So back in the middle again, Lobert got a kick away in time. Here's Larkins, run down in a tackle. What's a half forward line for Norwood, trying to break free there with Simic. And again, Jean Sante around this. Lady Juniors at Templestowe. Was in the VAFA last year. The ball comes back out. Miller. And we'll get a ball up far side. So 1 straight 6 Norwood leading Templestowe yet to score. This is the second time the two sides have met. Lobert towards the half forward line. Chasing this one again is Maggie Caden, playing forward for Norwood. Rosman applying some pressure. Dockers trying to clear this one. A big tackle late again by Ella Steely. The Dockers holding on here in defence, Kate.
I was just going to say both teams quite even in their tackling pressure and defence.
Yeah, certainly right, as Norwood look to push forward again towards a dangerous spot here for Templestowe. Going there first, Romanella in defence for the Dockers, and we'll get a ball up about 25 metres out from the Norwood goals. They've already got one on the board so far. Tap down again in favour of the Dockers. Looking to clear this one out. Tapping in towards centre half back. Been able to gain a bit of territory and clear the ball out, but Norwood have got some numbers around the footy. The handball forward. And a free kick here being paid towards Norwood. So another opportunity for them.
Forgive me, I'm just finding it a little bit disconcerting at the moment because they're both purple.
Well, here's an opportunity. Shot on goal there from Morby, just a minor score. That was Sealy who delivered the ball inside. The free kick just earlier. The Dockers look to clear it out of defence towards that far side. You are right, the purple on purple, almost a bit of a clash, but
yeah,
it's not too bad for us here on the broadcast side. Sealy again inside 50, had plenty of football in the early stages this quarter. Here's Morby, gets away from her opponent, right boot. The shot on goal is perfect. Oh, no, it's not. It's hit the post, has it? Just a minor score. From here, it looked good. As you can tell, she's by far one of Norwood's most dangerous players and one of the reasons why they've been so successful in the opening few rounds of the season. And so far, they've been able to lock this ball in their attacking half of the ground.
Templestowe's defence is actually standing up really well. It's just those quick moments where Morby steps in and gets her hands on the ball that she seems to be making, you know, play out of nothing.
So Lobert's kick inside 50, falls to Morby. Again, another shot on goal, just a minor score. So that moves Norwood now to 1-3-9. Templestowe no score as we have another kick in here for the Dockers.
But again, coming down to Templestowe's pressure that Morby's having to rush to kick and ending up only getting a minor score for those.
So the ball comes back out of their back half. Norwood again just able to control the footy, lock it in their half. The handball again, Sealy got it away. Now Ellis. Bouncing ball towards goal is another behind. So they move to 1-4-10 now, Norwood. Templestowe no score. 13 minutes to play in this opening term out here at Templestowe Reserve for the match of the round. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube for today's clash.
That Sealy, for Norwood, the Sealy-Morby combination is dangerous.
Yeah, both have been really important for Norwood in the early stages of this first term. Okay, I have to say, I've never seen a bench so packed with the amount of players, and that's credit what they've been able to do. Both sides have got good numbers, but for Norwood particularly, there is a lot of players ready for rotations. Very handy for them.
Well, as Trav said, they're dealing with quite a number of players out with injuries, but going further into the season as we get to the pointy end, hopefully most of those players will be coming back for not only Templestowe but for Norwood as well. So
Yeah,
it's going
that's
to be
right.
looking very interesting going into the finals end.
So again, they've been able to do very well, just trap this inside
We have a player
their
down.
half.
Number
Clearing ball, bouncing into the hands of Emily Davies. Davies, high kick up and under. That was the mark taken, it was. And that was Abby Chapman again. Great mark. And a pack of players, though. Great contested grab. And she looked to play on straight away. She got the second. She has. What a start for Chapman and Norwood. They moved to 2-3-15. Templestowe no score. And Chapman has 2, Kate.
Yeah, well, they've definitely had the ball down in Norwood's forward 50 for the majority of the game so far. So very big credit to Abby Chapman for being able to convert 2 goals for Norwood.
Absolutely, as they make a few changes with the rotations. One of those Emerson Smith coming through into the midfield for Norwood. And they're going to get the clearance forward again. It's Lobert breaking away towards centre half forward. The mark was almost taken there by Sumner. Ball comes out, bit of space here. Sumner again underneath this one, grabbing it first for Norwood was, I think that was Emily Caden. Maggie Caden, should I say. Sorry, numbers are all mixed up on the sheet. Of course, they've been wearing their Indigenous jumper as well this year, Norwood, so a few different numbers. There's Caden again, breaking away towards the top of the square. The handball forward, and great run-down tackle. Goal-saving tackle there for the Dockers.
We do have NAIDOC week the 4th to 6th of July this year, don't we?
That's right, it's coming up quickly. Norwood have always been fantastic with
Very passionate about it.
Yep, with NAIDOC round and their involvement, particularly with the jumper as well.
As Warrandyte, I remember from last year.
Yeah, that's correct. So ball still inside 50 here for Norwood. There's Sumner. Gets her kick away in time, bouncing footy. Norwood are going to get there first. The handball linking up. Hurigan just to the right, so minor score. I gave him an extra point earlier, I was wrong, so it's actually 2-4-16 Norwood. Templestowe no score. We've got 11 minutes played in this first term, the Deakin University match of the round.
For Templestowe, Sumner's number 13 for them. I hope Sumner has been really effective in their defence and in all contests,
great
just
grab.
as we spoke.
That was Alana Morby again. And the kick was perfect, targeting her inside 50, and make no mistake about it, she's going to take a set shot from here, be kicking from just inside the arc. It's a good-looking kick if it holds its line, just touched through by Miller, the skipper of Templestowe. So both captains involved in that play. 2-5-17 Norwood. Templestowe yet to score. Again, they'll go to that far side, which they've targeted so far. Ball falls into the hands of Waters. Norwood pushing forward again, big tackle laid, and we'll get another ball up right on that far side on the boundary line. As few cars start to make their way into Templestowe Reserve as well behind us.
With Templestowe, they may not be on the scoreboard at the moment, but their pressure in defence has been magnificent, just keeping Norwood to 2 goals and what is it, 2 minors now or 3?
5. 2 goals, 5.
So that's an indication of Templestowe's pressure and trying to keep them out.
Well, it was on display then. Jen Sante with the free kick here. So we're coming back to her now. On the far side. We'll send it down the line. Out the back, the mark not quite taken. Viney's there for the Dockers. And we'll get another ball up on that far side again. So 7 minutes left into this first quarter. It's 2-5-17 Norwood leading. Templestowe no score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's good to see both teams with their supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. As Templestowe start to make their way just forward, but the handball out for Norwood. Fell into the hands of Alex Lever. Out on the far side, getting a kick away in time was Davies. Bouncing footy. Davies ends up with it again. Got a handball off in time. Miller's there for the Dockers. And they'll look to try and use the corridor, but it's being cut off this time.
By Logan Wasson.
And the mark is taken by Emerson Smith in the number 12 today. Kick inside 50, fell into the hands there of Sumner for the Dockers, who looks to clear this one out. Back to where it came for. Chapman gets through a pack of players, gets the handball away. Inside 50 now for Norwood. It's the skipper again in Morby, bouncing footy, cut off by the Dockers, and they'll clear this one out. Again, it might come back, as back there again was Smith. And they're able to link up again, Norwood. Inside 50, putting a lot of pressure on the Templestowe defence. Getting the handball away in time was Tran. Bouncing footy towards goal. The Dockers fighting hard to hold on here under extreme amounts of pressure. Just Norwood generating repeat inside 50s and certainly giving their forwards every chance.
It's good to see Smith, number 12 for Norwood, coming up from juniors to play today and seeing her impact on the game so far.
Inside 50, the Dockers doing nicely. Here's Miller, centre half back. Switch it towards us on the broadcast side. Back in the middle of the ground there. Well done. The mark was taken. That was by Landy. And another mark is Morby. Wants to play on. Swung around to the right. Bouncing towards goal. They've got an opportunity here if they can take clear possession of the football, but it was Miller who grabbed it first to the Dockers, and a ball up about 15 out from Norwood's goal. They have a 17-point lead in this first term.
Number 6 for Norwood, Landy, another of their juniors that have come up
Yeah,
today.
that's right. Here's Chapman, not for number 3.
Chapman's on fire.
Just missed to the left. 2 goals, 6-18 to Templestowe. No score just yet. 4 minutes to play in that first term, but exciting first quarter from Abby Chapman. Has the opening 2 goals for Norwood. Again, they've been able to turn over. Big tackle. And that was well done by the Dockers. You've got to be pretty impressed with the way they've been able to hold up defensively and the pressure they've put on. There's Miller.
The behind score says a lot for Templestowe's pressure and making Norwood not have a considered take a goal.
Well, they're so well set up. Here's Morby again behind the footy. Morby swings around, went to the left. Top of the goal square, if the mark can be taken, not quite. Still not out of trouble, Templestowe. Getting the handball away just in time. There was Denbrava. Of course, a name familiar. Played interleague, I'm pretty sure, from memory. North Ringwood Juniors. One of the young stars there for Norwood. They're trying to clear this one from their defensive half, Templestowe, and if they can not concede one in the next 3 minutes, they can take something out of that. It's 2 goals, 6-18 Norwood to Templestowe no score. Back in the back pocket here, we'll get another ball up, so just being held up here in defence. Miller. Couldn't quite get her hands away. They've brought a lot of numbers to this contest.
It's been good to see how Norwood's has set up their forward pocket just with their players and how they go about business, because I've been wondering how they've been putting things together to have those wins that they've had so far.
Yeah, that's right. They are undefeated coming into this contest. Jen Sante with a kick away. Bouncing footy there. That was Rochford. Number 30 for Norwood.
Another one of their juniors that have come up, and also one of their players to watch.
Fantastic as Templestowe again look to clear it towards us, broadcast side. Bouncing footy towards the boundary line. Can they keep it in? They do. That's Landy again, got the handball away and they're off. Smith, inside 50. Still plenty of time for another goal. And they've been able to progress this towards their centre-half forward line.
Templestowe's keeping up the pressure on Norwood with their tackles and trying to clear it out towards their end.
Well, clearing, kicking towards the middle of the ground. Could be an opportunity for Templestowe against the play, the flow of play to get one back themselves. Doing very nicely in defence there was Larkins. Got it off in time. Handballed forward there from Landy, getting involved a lot in this quarter. Lever. And a free kick here towards Lever, so...
Unfortunately a high, but disappointing for Templestowe.
Still time here. Larkins went back to Lever. Humphreys doing some defensive work. Trying to break through there was Rochford. And again they go forward through Smith, who finds a target in Lobert. And with 10 seconds left in the quarter, she'll put it up looking for a target. No mark taken, but they're still dangerous at ground level. And the Dockers will hold on here because there is the quarter time siren. And it is Norwood at quarter time leading 2-6-18 to Templestowe no score. And Abby Chapman with both single goals. We're going to take a quick break here before we jump into the second quarter action. Welcome back to the Deakin University Match of the Round out here at Templestowe Reserve. It is Templestowe taking on Norwood, and at quarter time, Norwood lead 2-7-19 to the Dockers, yet to score and time, but been super impressive, Norwood, and you can certainly see why they've been undefeated in their opening 4 games, have been able to just lock the footy in their forward half for pretty much 95% of that quarter. Templestowe defensively did really well to hold up and be able to clear it out, but so well set up behind the ball, Norwood, that the repeat inside 50s was a big factor, and I believe we've got Kate on the boundary now.
Just here with Trav, coach of Templestowe. Got to be proud of the girls for their defence. You were under a lot of pressure and they really stood up. What was the message for the girls moving forward for this quarter?
Yeah, so it was a bit slow with the pressure early on. As I said, they run the ball really well, which we knew. So when they start going, we were good at staying on our play, but I wanted them to just attack the ball winner. So we're sort of being a bit too defensive instead of going for the play with the ball. We dropped a few marks as well. I'm like, that's critical stuff. I think 7 or 8 marks we dropped. I think I spoke about that before the game, so I'm like, just hold on to our marks. But the effort was really good. I thought we could have got rewarded a bit more in the second half of that quarter. We're really doing really well with our effort. But we're winning the ball forward to the stoppage now that hopefully we'll get on the scoreboard and stay in it.
Thanks very much, Trav.
They're a very good side. They move the ball really well.
Thanks very much, Trav.
Thanks there to Travis down with Kate on the boundaries. The Dockers go inside 50 themselves for the first time this quarter. I said if they can be rewarded with their first of the game in the start of this second term, will certainly go a long way for their confidence for the rest of this match of the rounds. In defence now, Chapman. Ball going nowhere, so we're going to get a ball up, and we will hear from Tyler in just a moment, the Norwood senior coach. Tap down and out of defence it goes. There's Morby. Gets her kick away, bouncing footy. Is in front of Davies, who picks it up nicely. There's a player over the top to get to, and she's caught holding the ball. We'll go down to the boundary.
Just with Tyler, Norwood's coach, very positive first quarter. Little inaccurate with your kicking, but apart from that, a very positive quarter for you. What was the message for the girls for that quarter and this one?
Yeah, that's sort of been the story of our life this year with the inside 50s and goal conversion. So I think my main one was just keep going. The effort will come. Like, the effort's already there, so the goals will come the more times we get it down there. So don't be too disheartened on the scoreline. But I think the pressure around the ball has been really good. So look, I knew Templestowe were going to bring the heat, and that's probably why they got more tackles than us in that first quarter. But yeah, really, really good start for us. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Tyler, and all the best.
Sweet, thank you very much.
Thanks there to Tyler Bender down with Kate Green on the boundary. Currently it is 2-7-19, Norwood leading, Templestowe no score. 18 minutes to play in this second term as the ball is on the far side. Templestowe look to try and clear it out of that pack of plays, but out of bounds on the full or last possession means Norwood will get their opportunity to go forward for the first time this quarter. Now sitting just outside the centre half forward line as Kate comes back to take a seat over here, doing a great job in the special comments chair today.
Sorry, juggling headphones.
Doing double duties, the boundary as well. And we'll get a ball up far side.
It's really great to hear from the coaches with their takes on the game, particularly with with Trav and where the Templestowe are at the moment. You know, yep, we've had some negatives, but we've still got those positives. We'll just keep moving forward. This is a new quarter. I like that attitude. It's really good.
That's right, and they've moved the ball now on that far side again. It's picked up this time by Norwood. In Chapman, inside 50. As we said, the Dockers' defensive work, particularly as that quarter went on, was quite good, just to be able to stem the flow a little bit and create a bit of pressure.
Chapman's definitely, for Norwood, has definitely been a standout so far. She's, been in I think, in every goal and behind the Norwood's so far gotten on the scoreboard. So, very impressive so far for her.
They're inside 50 right now. Now kicking to the Porter Street end of the ground. Ball up inside 50 here for Norwood. Tapped down by the Dockers. Plenty of numbers around this contest for Norwood though. Trying to get a bit of space. Kicked away this time. But it's going to come right back. Norwood, a long kick inside 50. If there's a mark, almost, it is paid. And now with a chance for a set shot goal, Dan Brava.
She's another one that's been really positive, and one of their juniors that's come up today to get a feel for women's footy.
So as part of the interleague side last year, Leah Denbrava.
Yeah, for the under-15s.
That's right. Kick on the way. It is good. Denbrava with her first and Nord with their third. 3-7-25. Templestowe yet to score, and we've played almost 6 minutes into this second term.
There is one positive critique I would give for Templestowe, not just for them not to be hesitant to get down on the ground and scrap for the ball. There's just been some hesitation. I know that comes with experience, but that'd be the only thing I'd suggest that they also lean into a bit more.
So back in the middle again. Norwood are going to get the clearance forward towards their half-forward line. Miller competing well, as well as Templar for Norwood. Umpire lets it play on to get that ball to come out, and Milletta, it's a late inclusion, got a kick away in time. Big tackle late in the middle of the ground and rewarded with the holding the ball free kick, and there it is again. Violet Milletta. She's been great in the opening stages of this second term.
For a late inclusion, she's been very effective.
And she's been fantastic. The kick towards the half-forward line. Plenty of Norwood numbers around this contest. The handball away there from Lever. Again, they look to create a bit of space on the wing. Picked off this time by the Dockers.
Good shepherding from Sumner.
So right in front of us here now, just with the kick away in time, was Ellis. Bouncing footy. There it was Sumner again, who's been one of Templestowe's best in the first half. Tap down into space there to Corbett. Plenty of room to run onto it. Got off to Ellis. Gets her handball away in time. Landy finds a target. There's April Ellis. From outside 50, gets the handball away to Chapman. Chapman gets past one. Chapman, not quite to the right. She looks dangerous.
She is always dangerous when she gets that ball down in that forward 50. Templestowe will have to come up with some kind of solution to minimise her effectiveness down at that forward pocket.
So 3-8-26 now. Norwood, Templestowe yet to score, and we've played almost 8 minutes into the second term. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube this morning. Great to be able to see these two sides for the first time. Mark is taken there by Dembrava. Kicked the last goal for Norwood. Certainly come alive in this quarter. There's Chapman again, bouncing footy in front of her. Couldn't quite control it. The handball away. And umpire says, I'll take it from here. We'll have another ball up inside Norwood's attacking half.
Both Dembrava and Smith, for juniors, they've really settled into the senior women's level of footy and have been effective, definitely for Norwood.
So Emerson Smith, yeah, another one of those players who's part of the interleague side, competing in the AFL Metro or Vic Metro Junior Development Series. Getting away almost, caught, and a great tackle late. And Maletta again, who has had quite a few big moments in this quarter. She's doing well. She looks to clear it out. Norwood again with the numbers, pushing it forward. Maletta, long kick out of defence. In towards the middle of the ground. Who's going to run onto this first? Could be Ellis. Gets away in time. Caught this time on the second go. And a great run-down tackle from May Lim, who was one that we talked about at the start of the game. Very quick. And you can see it right there in her tackle. She kicks down the line. Norwood with the numbers to clear this forward. They'll look to link up, trying to find Chapman.
Nice work by Templestowe to try and get it out, unfortunately to their opposition, but they're
looking to move the ball quickly, which is good. As
yeah.
Heidi Lobert goes inside 50 again for Norwood, right towards the boundary line and over and out.
Sorry, I have to stand up.
That is going to be a ball up inside 50 here for Norwood. Tap down again from Lever. And it'll be held up here. Officially halfway through this second term.
Yeah. Seeley's another one that's been really effective for this first half of footy.
Yeah, been big through the midfield. Had plenty of impact on this first half contest. Norwood 4-0 coming into this game. Templestowe with their first win last week. It was fantastic to see. And in front position, taking the mark, that was really nicely done by Maggie Caden, who will have a chance to put through Norwood's fourth of the day. If you line up, bit of an angle, we're right behind this one, so we'll certainly know if it's through, and it is. It holds its line. Caden delivers, and Norwood get their fourth. They move to 4-8-32. Templestowe yet to score, coming up to the 8 minutes left in this second term.
And on a side note, one of the first times we've actually had a morning footy game with no wind.
Yeah, it's not been not too bad this morning in terms of the conditions.
Because we've had previous week's games that have been affected by the wind, both in men's and women's, and you don't really think it'd be cause that much problems, but it does.
Last week out of ball, and it was certainly a big factor.
Yeah.
Now the middle again, here's Heidi Lobert. Running through is Larkins towards centre half forward. Out the back here, who's going to run onto this first? Seeley's there.
I would encourage Templestowe to, just when it comes to things, to try and get in front when the ball's coming through from being kicked. Because on a few occasions so far, they've actually been behind. But credit to them on their defence, which is again under a lot of pressure.
It certainly is, and Norwood have converted a couple more opportunities in this quarter as well. They're looking to push forward again. Couldn't quite break through the tackle there, Logan Wason. Tapped away. Chapman again tries to get through the tackle and wrapped up, and we'll get a ball up
To Templestowe's credit, they've manned up on Chapman, so she's been a little bit quieter than what she was in that first quarter. So very effective, Templestowe.
Tapped away again, that time from Lever. Picked up by Lim. Larkin's got the handball away. The ball up back in the middle of the ground, but Templestowe just able to clear it out and give themselves an opportunity here in the middle of the ground to get something going.
Templestowe's becoming less hesitant about getting there and getting in and scrapping for the ball on the ground.
Oh, picked up really nicely, but and a great tackle laid by Hope Sumner. Looked like Norwood were off again there. And we'll get another ball up inside Norwood's forward half. Kicking towards the Porter Street end of the ground this quarter, where they've kicked 2 for the quarter. Kick there was smothered, Jin Sante. Chapman breaks through about 3 Dockers players, and the third one got her. And it was the skipper for the Dockers. Last line of defence to be able to take her opponent down as she clears it out. They'll use the corridor this time. Standing underneath this was Landy. We'll move it forward once again. Out the back. It's a hands in the back free kick, and it is going the way of Norwood. So
to number 2.
Ella Sealy.
Yep.
Who'll be potentially in range here to have a shot. They're 4 goals, 8-32. Norwood will look to pass it off straight away. Running pass through was Landy towards the top of the square. And an important tackle in the last line of defence. That was Staff who took possession of the footy there for Norwood. Can they clear it out? The handball back to Wason.
Nice work by Templestowe to have people out the back. Or no, Norwood to have people out the back.
So here they go again. Lim. Underneath this one, the mark was taken by Smith. So Emerson Smith. That's a beautiful kick. And the last goal kicker in Maggie Caden takes the mark on the chest and can potentially put through her second. A little bit further out this kick. But again, probably similar sort of angle. She put it towards the top of the square. If there can be a mark out the back, not quite. Running onto this one first was Lim. Got a kick away in time. Caden working hard to find the footy again. Right in front of the Norwood goals. She ends up with the footy. Can she get rid of it in time? Got off to Chapman. Chapman for goal number 3. Delivers again. 5-8-38 Norwood. Templestowe yet to score. And we've got 3.5 minutes to play in the second quarter.
What I'd love to see is for Templestowe to get a goal, to at least get it back down to their forward pocket, because if they can do that and get a major off it, I think it'll do a lot for their confidence. Not saying that they don't have confidence, but I think it will settle them and actually help with their focus on more in a few of the areas that they may not be necessarily having a focus on.
Yeah, certainly right. As got a blood rule at the moment, so that's why we're just waiting for the ball to resume back in the middle with 3 minutes to play in this third term. So previously coming into this game, she had 2 goals next to her name, Abby Chapman, and she's had 3 in just a half already.
Well, on the sheet, I actually only had it down for 1. Because that's all that it said 2 on Player HQ, but they only had it marked down for in one of the games.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit confused about that.
So she's played just the 2 games this year with Norwood. And we're still back in the middle again, so we'll get a ball up. Can Templestowe get one late into this quarter?
So that takes a total to 5 this season so far.
So going forward again, this time Larkins. Good contest from both sides. Ball comes out and creating a bit of space. There's Chapman again, takes a bounce, can go all the way. This would be goal number 4. To the right, just a minor score. Oh, geez, it's dangerous. She's very quick, and as soon as she got a bit of space, you knew where she was going.
Well,
5 goals, 9:39 Norwood.
Previously, Templestowe actually had 2 players on her, and that stance, perhaps just a slight, you know, just letting her get away, and there we have another minor.
So having a phenomenal game so far. So the Dockers look to clear this one out towards the boundary side.
Haven't they played the Basin yet since the Basin's come into this division?
Norwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They played a Friday night game actually out at Mullen Reserve. Won that by 9 points. Norwood. So they're
definitely the benchmark of this division.
Oh, 100%, particularly with Vermont Gold now moving into Division 4 to really open things up and
perhaps give an opportunity for other teams that otherwise with their percentages wouldn't be up there.
yeah, so doing really, really nicely. As we'll get another stoppage inside 50, just trying to get some scores around the grounds. We've got a couple. Geez, Knox versus North Ringwood. Knox in front, 19 to North Ringwood 14.
Come on, North Ringwood. Sorry, not supposed to show bias, but
Oh, I'm all on Knox this year. They've been phenomenal.
but who did you tip?
I
think you
tipped
were
North Ringwood. We all tipped North Ringwood on that one. East Ringwood 28 to Donvale 1.
I really feel for Donvale at the moment. I think they're just so close, and I'm really, really hoping that they get
There's
players
another
back.
shot on goal, bouncing ball towards the goal line. That was Caton, just a minor score.
Yeah, just Donvale's just on the cups every time. Like when we saw them against Surrey, they were just on the cusp.
And here at Templestowe Reserve, it is half-time, and Norwood moved to 5-10-40, leading Templestowe yet to score. And a nice 40-point lead for Norwood going to the second half. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we're back, we'll dive into the second half of this senior women's match of the round.
they should win. You'd think.
They're having a good year because previous years have always been.
Well, they've got as soon as Bronya out of the division, it's opened it up for 4 or 5 sides, and they recruited well. Yeah, I don't know.
They've been more consistent.
Yeah, they have been.
Home and away rather than being fluctuating all over
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah, they have been more consistent this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Swanee South are doing quite well.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would be up there, but
Their men's and women's are doing well.
yeah. And then Surrey have moved up into this division, and I think they're
I
third.
did not expect Surrey to be where they are. I thought they would take a season maybe to settle in.
Yeah. But they picked up a lot of guys from Blackburn.
But then again, that's like Park Orchard's women. You know, they've come up
Yeah, well,
a division and
they're very
where
good.
they are. They're what, second or third?
Well, if they win today,
They'll be third.
yeah, they'll stay third, unless Whitehorse beat Eastern Devils.
Eastern Devils have been a bit of a mixed bag, but they've seemed to have gotten their groove back the last 2 rounds.
Their last three games have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yep. Getting to Donvale after this, out, around, and then turn on to Springvale Road
Yeah.
off, and then go down.
Welcome back to Templestowe Reserve for the Deakin University match of the round between Templestowe and Norwood. Halftime here, Norwood leading 5-10-40 to Templestowe. No score. The goal kickers, it has been the Chapman show so far. She's kicked 3 of the 5 goals and had a couple of opportunities to add a couple more on as well. One to watch in the second half. Den Brava has 1 for the Dockers, and Maggie Caton, for Norwood, should I say, and Maggie Caton also has 1 for Norwood. As we've got Kate Green down on the boundary, and conditions out there, the sun has come out. They're standing in the sun at the moment. Quite lovely out there.
Why are we at footy? We should be out relaxing somewhere, doing something, you know, just shopping or just having a picnic somewhere.
Never a day off, Kate.
I know, but it's been good footy. Division 5, you know, the feedback we've got is the fact that we've come out for Division 5. No one expected us to, and both teams are chuffed. Win, lose or draw, they're just really, really chuffed that we are acknowledging that we do have 5 division. What is it? No, 6 divisions.
6 division now. I have to say, super impressed with the quality of football too. Obviously what Norwood are doing, but even what Templestowe is starting to develop and really start to put together. They haven't obviously worked it on the scoreboard today, but they've been able to fight really hard. And Norwood, they are obviously a very professional outfit for a side that's just come into the competition. So many juniors running around, but the talent is all there. So
yeah, but for the positives for Templestowe is that their defence line has caused you know, Norwood to have, 10 behinds. So that's really impressive. There's a lot of positives for Templestowe moving forward and a lot of things that they are doing well.
yeah, absolutely.
And there are other things that will come with experience throughout the rest of the season and beyond.
So we're ready to go for this second half. The players start to make their way out onto the field.
I'll just grab Trav, Templestowe's coach.
We'll also keep you updated with the scores around the grounds as well. Throughout the third term, Park Orchards lead South Croydon 28-7. No other scores in Premier Division just yet as siren sounds to the third term. We've got Travis Wason down on the boundary line with Kate.
Trav, a tough first half, but we continue to be impressed with your defence line, you know, causing Norwood to be inaccurate in front of the goal for those 10 behinds. What are you seeing moving forward for this quarter and the rest of the game?
Yeah, so it's probably, like, as I said, I knew that they were pretty good. I think the first thing on the board's about a real defensive plan to try to bring them and make it as hard as we can. We know that they use the ball really well and they're sort of set up a lot better than what we are, a bit more advanced with that. So it's just about that sort of player on player at stoppages. Here we go. We get out here, sorry. That player on player at stoppages, trying to get up the ground like that to present, watching that handball out the back, which they're really good at, and getting a player to come up to the stoppage to do that. Look at that. We just dropped them out with 2 of our players going for the ball. Like, that's the commitment that is there. It's just not working out perfectly to do that. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, so it's just about trying to just keep defending hard and, you know, try to help each other out. Make a bit more noise. We're making a lot of noise in the huddle at half-time, but not as much on the ground, I don't think. Look at that, another tackle in the goal square. Not rewarded. What can you do? Anyway, they're doing really well. But they're a very good side, as I said, so I'm not overly surprised, but, yeah, we'll get there.
Loads of positive, Trav. All it is, it's loads of positive moving forward.
Cool. Thanks, Kate. Thank you.
All the best.
Thanks.
So deep inside the attacking half for Norwood, really pushing, but getting this ball out is Cooper, bouncing towards the centre half back line.
We could almost have Trav doing commentary for us.
Yeah, certainly is. The handball there is coming back. We'll get a ball up right on the forward 50 arc at Norwood's end of the ground. The kick away there from Lim, cut off, and now inside 50 from Norwood, out the back, trying to keep this one alive. Sumner got it away in time. Down on the boundary, we have Kate again with another interview.
Tyler, very positive first half of footy for you. A little bit inaccurate in front of the goal. Would you say that's due to Templestowe's pressure or just the fact that the girls are rushing things a bit?
I'd say it's rushed from the pressure, yeah. I think, you know, they've really brought the heat in that forward 50 for us, which around the ground, it's not too bad for us to generate some ball movement into the forward line. So when they do get it down there, like, their pressure is up and about. So, yeah, it's very good for them. But
And the message forward for this quarter and beyond for the girls?
just try and play 4 quarters of footy. I think we've played 2 quarters not too bad today. We haven't seemed to string more than 2.5 quarters together. So hopefully, yeah, mainly keep doing the same thing and try and play 4 quarters of footy.
So each week building upon each positive.
Absolutely, yeah. I only go in with 1 or 2 things in each quarter, and that's usually just having fun and sticking to the team stuff. And if we can do that, then we can sort of beat anyone. So, yeah.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thanks there to Kate and Tyler down on the boundary. It's the ball in front of us, broadcast side. 3 to 4 minutes played in this third term, and it's a 40-point lead to Norwood. Again, the tackling pressure from Templestowe has been good today. Holding this one up here. Their centre half back line. Tap forward again from Lever. Has been good. Socket off the ground, inside 50. An opportunity presents itself to Norwood. The Dockers flooding numbers back to stop them from getting an early goal in this third quarter. Out towards us, broadcast side. Picked up there from Milletta. He got a kick away, but it was out of bounds on the full, and it's a free kick here going towards Norwood.
It's a big positive for Templestowe to have Tyler, Norwood's coach, say, look, you know, we can get it down there, but their pressure is causing them problems.
Bringing the heat down in their defensive half, Templestowe. Getting the kick away this time was Lim. He's been really positive in that second quarter and started well here in the third term. Going forward again, an intercept mark for Templestowe. And they'll use the broadcast side, which is one side they haven't used, either side really used much. It's all, play's been mostly on that far side, of course.
Nice intercept by number 20, which is
Brody Chapman.
Yep.
And again, the pressure here from the Dockers. Looking to move this ball on Down the line it goes. Who's there at the back? Almost a mark taken by Greswell. Just through her hands. Ball comes out. This is an opportunity. They've got a number back, Norwood, so they can't blaze away Templestowe. But it is stopped here. About 60 out from their goals.
Sorry, Ryan. I was just going to say number 6 for Templestowe, Muleta Violet. She's been very effective the first few minutes into this game for Templestowe.
Yeah, been very good. The late inclusion in this side. Lim got the kick away. Trying to burst through pack there is Ellis. Gets her handball back. Norwood now use the wing and bouncing footy over the line. So Templestowe will take this kick. And we hope Sumno's, again, one of the Dockers' best today. Played a really important role down back. Tries to hit up a target and has got one. And a great mark taken there from Miller. So this is building along nicely for the Dockers as they start to move towards their forward 50. Bouncing ball and could be out of bounds. In fact, it's kept in. Norwood managed to get the ball down. Sumner again picks it up. Her kick away. Can she get a mark? Not quite. And the Norwood side will take possession of the football right in front of the coaching bench, and it's Chapman, Brodie Chapman. The kick was smothered. The skipper there, the Dockers, had a couple of big moments in this game. Ball comes out. Roachford, Lever, picked up by Lever, handballed into the corridor, looking for Sealy. And doing well there, the Dockers, to stop their advances in the middle of the ground.
The Dockers have come out this quarter really fired up.
Yeah, definitely been able to create some of their own opportunities too, as Norwood now inside 50. The kick from Ellis marked in defence for the Dockers.
I think that quite possibly might be D'Souza. Is that?
Can't quite see as the ball goes back in towards the middle of the ground. Picked up again from Roachford.
Or Dumas.
Been
I think
quite
it's
good
number
herself.
24.
So ball up from 60 out from the Norwood goals. Tap down again, looking for Ellis.
But really great start from Templestowe this third quarter.
Ellis, the second attempt to kick it forward towards the top of the square, was looking for Morby. Dockers fighting hard to clear this one out, and then she's off. It's Lim, one of the quickest plays in the league going around. Got it down the ground.
She was targeting number 6, Muleta, for the Dockers. They've really stepped it up, the
Yeah, they
Dockers, this
have.
quarter.
Yeah, moving the ball a lot better, and here they go again, looking to get inside their forward 50. One-on-one contest. Almost picking that up was Mason, did well with the, got it off to Corbett.
Nice
The Dockers
intercept.
again will give themselves another opportunity to go forward. They've been pushing for the last few minutes inside their forward 50. There's no mark taken, so down at ground level. Lim going in, looking to win the footy, and there'll be another ball up.
As Dockers coach Trav alluded to, there's a lot more talking going on with the Dockers as well this quarter.
Yeah, certainly right, as Landy got the handball away. Ellis has been very good this quarter, towards the middle of the ground. Dockers with an opportunity off the half-back line, doing very nicely there. Was Summer. Chasing this footy again. Over the top of a couple plays and towards their centre-half forward. Norwood's defence holding up nicely though. A kick away that time from Roachford. And taking the mark in defence was Hope Sumner, and been very good herself.
Number 7, Summer Kinos. She's also been very effective teaming up with Sumner down the back there.
Yeah, that's right. Here they go again, Norwood. That time it was Sealy towards their centre-half forward line. Been a good back-and-forth contest this third term. And this is Norwood's biggest opportunity of the corner. Morby was out the back. But the Dockers hold this one up.
Dumas and Crosby are doing a great job down in the back to because I noticed that Crosby, even though she's playing forward,
Well, there she is,
drops
Morby.
back.
Got a bit of space and a fantastic finish in front of a goal. Deserved one, had a few opportunities in the first quarter and just created enough space for herself to swing around and put that through for her first. And that is Norwood 6, 6-10-46 to the Dockers, no score. 9.5 minutes to play in this third term, Kate.
It's been a good quarter. It's almost like we're seeing a whole different side of Templestowe. They were quiet for the first half, effective in their defence, but it's like a whole new team out there, just attitude-wise and that.
Been a really good quarter from both sides, and Norwood delivered with the first of the quarter. There's Ellis. Ellis has been massive this quarter. Got the handball away, and to Chapman, who's got a bit of space, can take a bounce from outside 50. And in defence, the mark is taken for the Dockers.
That's Dumas again.
So Dumas has been good this quarter herself. Over the top of a few plays. Can they run onto this one and create an opportunity for themselves? Sealy ran onto it first. Kicking towards the half-forward line. Bouncing ball inside. Trempler got the handball away. And the shot on goal. This is coming back. Bouncing. And is it through?
It hit the goal.
Hit the post. So...
Yeah. Or just glance the pad, so number 12.
Yeah, it was Emerson Smith who it looked like it was just curving back perfectly, but just not quite enough. So minor score brings them to 6-11-47. The Dockers yet to score. We got 8 minutes to play in this third term.
Smith was very good in that first quarter we saw, and again, another of Norwood's juniors coming up to have a senior game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Ball held up on that far side, and for a Dockers perspective, this quarter they've certainly been willing to take the game on too and give themselves a chance just like this as they're off down on the far side, intercepted there by Jade Mason.
Like we're not quite 8 minutes in, and the Dockers have really, really impressed this quarter. Their defence, their attacking, their second, third, fourth efforts, their marking, which they had dropped quite a few in that first quarter. So they've definitely stepped things up this quarter, which is great to see for them.
Lily Ellis inside 50 here, out the back. No mark taken. And the ball here will be a ball up inside. Forward half for Norwood. They've got the only goal in this term. Here's Sealy. Tackled by Jen Sante, and we'll do it all again. A stoppage inside the forward half. 6.5 minutes to play third term. Norwood 6-11-47. Templestowe yet to score. Trying to get a kick away there. Not quite. There's ball not coming out again, so we'll get a ball up, but...
Both teams are very evenly matched with their defence in their forward pockets and in the mid. So, yeah, I feel as Templestowe gets more experience, there will be a very good team to come up against.
Yeah, definitely. There's ball just play just being held up here. I think potentially someone coming off with a blood rule, maybe.
Yeah. Couple of blood noses this game.
Yeah, so Templestowe will resume play with the football at centre half back towards the corridor. What can they do with the ball here? Cooper's amongst this one. So is Landy. So ball up, tap down from Lever. And we'll get another stoppage. 5.5 minutes to play in this third term. Thanks for joining us in the Deakin University Masters Around. There's Roachford. Long kick towards the square, bouncing away from the goals, but they keep it in. They're still giving themselves every opportunity to get one back. Keeping it alive was Dan Bravo, who's been very impressive herself today. kicked a goal in the second term. And she might end up with a footy here. She does. Right boot towards goal to minor score. So Norwood 6-12-48. Templestowe no score. 4.5 minutes to play in the third term.
Again, the Norwood's juniors that have come up today for the game are really stepping up. I'm really keen to actually sneak along and watch a Norwood juniors game.
Well, you can. What are you doing tomorrow? You've got. There'll be a ball up inside the forward 50 again for Norwood.
No, I actually might, because I'm quite impressed by how smoothly the Norwood's juniors have transitioned into the team just to get some experience today. It's very impressive. Again, Templestowe's also being impressive with their defence line. It's not given up, and it's been under considerable pressure this quarter and actually all game.
Yeah, certainly right. As we'll get another stoppage inside 50. Snap around the corner from Landy. And Templestowe will keep this in.
That was Dumas. She's working so hard down the back.
Yeah, she's had a massive quarter this term, but it is now a Norwood free kick and potentially a set shot on goal.
Do we know what the free kick is awarded for?
No, I didn't see that, but it gives the opportunity for Tash Rochford to put this one through.
Another one of their juniors.
A kick on the way, looking good off the boot, and she puts through her first. And Norwood moved to 7-12-54, and a fantastic reward for effort because she's been a very solid contributor today.
It's going to be hard looking at awarding best on ground.
Yeah, there's certainly going to be a lot of contributors. So just looking at Denbraba's Play HQ this year, but also played on Wednesday night for the EFNL in the AFL Vic Metro series for the under-15 girls Division 1 side against Yarra.
Okay, so she's
busy week.
Yes, so she's played 2 years in the under-15s.
Yes, there's
wow.
Ball to be resumed back in the middle again. Played last week against 2 weeks ago against the Basin, as well as playing the 16 side.
So very busy young lady with
Very. Yeah, 2 games in a week, plus then juniors as well. It's a lot to manage. As Lever tapping it down, ball going nowhere again. So we're approaching 3/4 time, just less than 2 minutes to play. Can there be another goal either way? He's Lever breaking, in fact, it's Ellis breaking through the pack. A great mark, just in time for the Dockers.
That was 24 Dumas.
While she was slipping over, did enough to take possession of the footy and hits up a target. That's a great kick.
And a firm grip from Dumas to keep it while she was falling to her feet.
Summer Kindhouse, who's been good. And it's cut off this time by Landy. Landy now towards the half-forward line.
Another junior having a great game.
There she is again. It's Rocha to kick the last goal. Hits up Ellis from the middle of the ground, outside 50. Looking inbound, almost hit up a target. The Dockers want to clear this one out. Bouncing back. There she is again. Rochford takes the game on and just manages to
hook it sideways.
So it'll be Dumas who will take possession of the footy in the back pocket for the Dockers. And she'll keep it on this side of the ground.
Dumas has been really outstanding up there with Sumner and Lim, but I think Dumas has been more consistent so far across the 2.5 quarters, nearly 3 quarters.
Particularly this quarter, she's love to know how many intercept marks she's had, particularly in this term. It's not Chapman again, is it? Chapman has put through another. That's goal number 4. 8-12-60 Norwood to Templestowe yet to score.
She is on fire this quarter.
All game, just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
She kicked a goal in every quarter.
2 goals in the first and a goal each so far.
As the three-quarter time siren sounds, it is Norwood 8-12-60 to Templestowe, no score. We'll be back in just a moment for the final quarter. And we've also got, Kate, the Eastland Hoyts Best on Ground voucher, which we'll certainly start to think about.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm just looking at it going, whoa.
There's a few nominees, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for the final term. Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round between Templestowe and Norwood. At three-quarter time, it is Norwood leading by 60 points, and it's been Abby Chapman with the 4 goals, kicking her 4th, and on the eve of the three-quarter time siren, been super impressive. Maggie Caden also has one, Alana Morby has one, Tash Roachford has one, and so does Dan Braber. Obviously, very, very exciting for the Norwood side. So many of their juniors and younger players just getting better and better and getting their exposure at senior level footy. Looking really impressive. Kate Green's down on the boundary, and you'll hear from the coaches in just a moment. But what did you make of that third term? Norwood obviously very good, and we've come to expect that. But Templestowe, particularly that first 10 minutes of the third term, where they made it a bit of a back and forth encounter, took the game on and gave themselves a few opportunities. It
was all very much positives for Templestowe, not just in that first 10 minutes, but also for that quarter, because if they can play like that for 2 quarters and then build it up to 3 and then build it up to a whole game, it really holds them in really good stead. But I'm impressed with what I've seen with Templestowe and impressed with what I've seen with Norwood. Not taking away from both teams. I mean, they're both learning, and it's all positives moving forward. With regards to Templestowe having their first women's team, all kudos for them for getting a team up and having a pathway for the juniors, and they're going to be a powerhouse moving forward, no doubt about it. Certainly right. We'll let you get down to interview a couple of coaches before the final quarter occurs here at Templestowe Reserve. We'll try and keep you updated with some of those scores around the ground, so we haven't had too many come through the Play HQ system, but out at East Ringwood Reserve, East Ringwood lead Donvale 41-1. North Ringwood leading Knox now 39-19, Kate. So they've gone bang, bang, bang in that third term to break away from Knox. I believe you've got Tyler in just a moment to speak to, but just in Division 2 as well. No updates just yet. Also a Twilight game out at Pinks Reserve. But Kate Green has Tyler Bender down on the boundary. Tyler, very positive 3 quarters of football. The one thing that Ryan and I have been impressed with is your juniors that have come up to have a taste of senior women's footy. They've been very impressive over the last 3 quarters. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before the game. These are the right reasons why I bring the juniors in, because it gives them the exposure into the senior football. But we're such a tight group that anyone can come in and they can still play 4 quarters effort with our structure and our setup. So, I've been very, very impressed. And obviously the scoreboard obviously helps that sort of vibe as well with the positive outlook. So, I've been really impressed with everybody so far. All the best. And I won't be speaking to you at the end of the game because we'll be speaking to Best on Ground, but we wish you all the best moving forward for next week as well. Thank you.
Thanks there to Tyler Bender down on the ground with Kate Green as they'll go forward to start this quarter through Dan Brava. Finds a target 2. And it's Chapman, who's just been dominant so far. Puts it in towards their forward line. Dumas will run onto it first. High kick up and under. No mark taken. Now at ground level, there's Morby. Swings onto the left. Right boot forward towards the goal line. Picked off there by Crosby.
Boundary.
As let's go down boundary side.
Trav, that first 10 minutes, it was like we had a new Templestowe team out there. They were so invigorated, but they still carried it through for the rest of that quarter. What are your thoughts on how they were, and where do you see the positives coming forward?
Yeah, so as I said to you before, we just wanted to keep being defensive. The tackling has just been amazing that they haven't stopped. They're probably a bit unlucky with a couple of the goals that they kicked there, but just from effort and maybe no reward, and then they spill out the back. But those handballs out the back, we laid a couple of really good tackles with that. I don't know, we're just competing. As I said, it's just about being competitive, and every quarter that we play, we're growing, we're getting better all the time, and learning more and learning new things to talk about and what we have to do better. So I just don't want them to stop here, to keep going, but they're pretty cooked. They're pretty almost out of puff, I think.
Well, we've been incredibly impressed by your defence line, and all kudos to them. They have to be one of the strongest defence lines in your competition, but to hold Norwood to so many behinds, I mean, it's really credit to them.
Well, they've had plenty of practice at defending today because it's been mainly down there. They're a really good side and they move it, and I think they're up to. They know that they've got a chance to get a bit of a win and an easy kill here, so we're trying not to make it too easy for them.
Positives moving forward. That's all we can see for you guys. Well done, Trav, and all the best.
Thank you. Thanks, Kate.
And thank you to Travis Wason down on the boundary line. And you missed it again, Kate. It was goal number 5 for Chapman. She kicked 5.
She's completely on fire.
And she's got if she hasn't already got it locked up, she's got one hand on a Eastland Hoyt's best on ground voucher. So she can book her tickets into the movies, because I think the voucher is going her way with 5 goals on the day. And we're back in the middle again. Here's Dem Barbara. Got a bit of space. Inside 50, looking for Morby. Out the back. Gets a handball off in time. Around there is Caton. And we'll get a ball up inside 50 here for Norwood.
But Chapman's not just been effective in the goal square, she's also been effective in the mids as well. So she's been really an all-rounder today.
So clearing out, Landy with the handball, caught for holding the ball. So the Dockers will take possession here at half-back. May Lim, who's been very good today, will clear the pack of players here on the broadcast side. Ball comes out, just getting there first, Norwood. Doing well there was April Ellis. And we'll get a ball up right in front of us. We played 4 minutes into this final term, 9-12-66, no score. Norwood will win their 5th game in a row since entering the competition.
I feel for Templestowe, because all their effort, particularly in defence and in that first part of the third quarter, they really did deserve, to have that transpire onto the scoreboard. But moving forward, it's still all positives for them, and hopefully being able to look back at this game against the top team in the competition.
Well, it's certainly a learning curve. And as you say, there's Crosby clearing this one out. And as Travis said, that they're certainly a little bit tired as this game draws out Rochford.
Another of the Norwood's juniors that have come up today to experience senior women's football.
Sending them back into attack too. And Templestowe have earned them a free kick here. Play just a little bit sore coming off that contest. I believe that's Dumas. So a little slow to get up. Hopefully she's okay.
She's been Dumas, number 24, has been brilliant down the back for the Dockers. She's saved them so many, conversions to goals.
So that play just to be held up at the moment is Dumas on ground level in the hands of the trainers now. 14.5 minutes to play in this final quarter.
Again, great to see how wonderful the EFNL trainers are. Trainers from the opposition team, Norwood, are actually going out to see if they can lend support to the Templestowe's trainers.
Yeah, it's good sportsmanship.
I love seeing that week in, week out. It's one of the best things of footy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, I'm also a bit biased being a retired trainer.
Yes, retired trainer, of course. Do you want some scores around the grounds, Kate?
I'd love some scores.
Beaconsfield Berwick 43-9. Beaconsfield leading that game, so they're going to make it 2 in a row. Haven't got an update from Mooroolbark Blackburn just yet, but that was one to keep an eye on. Blackburn have been phenomenal to start the season so far.
Break it to me. Park Orchard, South Croydon.
I'll have to come back to that one. I've got some Division 3 ones for you first. North Ringwood Red 60 to Mitcham 26. South Croydon Red trailing Coldstream 22-40. No update just yet from Churnside Park and Eastern Devils Black. We'll go into Division 4 as well and have a look at the Vermont Gold game. They lead 35 to Warrandyte 1. And moving into Premier Division.
Vermont Gold have really transitioned into Division 4 really well.
They have. They certainly have. As we'll go back to Premier Division. That score, Park Orchards leading South Croydon 36-8. That is a big win for Park Orchards. They are just steamrolling at the moment into this new division.
They're definitely finals contenders.
Oh yeah, you can certainly can certainly see them as a finals team and a potential contender for the premiership. Haven't got a score from Baronia the Basin just yet. That game being played out at Millard Park.
Did you go for your beloved Baronia?
I don't have a beloved side, Kate. I love all 48 teams equally. But I did tip Baronia this week.
That's what I meant.
And yeah, no score from that game just yet. Whitehorse, Eastern Devils, same thing as well. And this will try and do a bit more research into the socials to find it.
Yeah. Sad. I can't say that I have. Well, I don't have favourites, but I do have soft spots for some teams. But yeah, and that's mostly based on, for example, when we first saw Wanturna South Nuttawading game back in 2023, and Wanturna South was, you know, basically in the same position as what Templestowe is this year.
Yep.
You know, new team. They only got one win for the season, and then they came back into 2024 and they played finals.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
right.
think that's a really big positive, and an example for teams that are in the position that Templestowe is in at the moment, to know that, you know, things can change around.
Definitely.
And just keep at it.
The update out at Mulgrave Reserve, the Devils leading Whitehorse 49-18. Had to go through the socials to find that one.
I think we all picked Devils for that, didn't we?
We did, I think, from memory.
Yeah. Our tipping is shocking this year.
Oh,
Ryan,
I had poor form last week. I struggled in the tipping comp.
Blake's ahead of us. My goodness.
Yes, that's not good. As the Dockers will resume play here. Great kick out of defence there from Violet Milletta.
She's been another one for Templestowe that's been really a quiet workhorse down the back and really got a thumping kick on her.
So ball comes back. Norwood to push forward again. They've had 9 goals on the day. Ball towards the boundary line. Corbett chasing that one. Gets her hands off, and now they're looking inside their forward 50. Good contest there from both sides. And it's held up here, so just outside their forward half. They're still looking to put on a few more goals.
Just looking at where the players are on the field at the moment, I've noticed that Norwood's got number 24, Alex Lever, dropped right back towards their forward 50 pocket.
Yeah, the only player in their defensive half at the moment. Landy couldn't break through that tackle. We'll get a ball up, still about 50 out from goals. Clearing kick from Templestowe. Can they get one back themselves? There she is again, Landy.
She's had a great game. Actually, all Norwood's juniors have actually had great games. They've been in there, being effective, making plays. It's been great to see.
Certainly just shows you the signs of the future. We saw Mooroolbark as one of those sides who started in Division 4 and make their way up, and now in Division 2 and a really strong team, and that's due to some of the juniors coming in, and I think Norwood had the potential to follow that same pathway.
Well, for Templestowe, now that they've got a pathway for their juniors, I fully expect Templestowe to be another one of those teams.
That's right.
That the future for women's football for them has been positive.
The Larkins went inside 50. 2 Norwood players went up against each other. Looking to clear this one out, the Dockers. Trying to create something with this as we approach the final zone. Still 7.5 minutes to play in this final term. 66-point lead to Norwood. At first was May Lim.
Just a quick question. Are you feeling like I am that it'd be just nice for Templestowe to get a major just to boost their confidence a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if they can get one late. Free kick here is going to Norwood, but she's facing the wrong way at the moment, so
Whoops.
she resets herself. And towards the half-forward line. Picked up there by Jen Sante. Kicking towards the corridor. It's cut off by Roachford. Kicked a goal on the third term for Norwood. Towards centre half forward. 4 players go up for this one. Templestowe win at ground level. Bouncing towards the middle of the ground. They get some numbers back. Behind the ball was Larkins. She got her handball away off in time. Back in towards the middle of the ground though, picked up by Lim, and she's caught for holding the ball. And Davies is rewarded. Went back to Larkins. Larkins towards the half-forward line, picked up nicely. That was Roachford once more, inside 50, out the back. They can pick it up through Morby, swings around on the right, handballs it to a teammate in the goal square. Just gets her handball off in time, not quite holding the ball, and the Dockers pressure wins out.
That pressure from the Dockers has saved them so many times. It's really been impressive.
And that was the skipper there, and Logan to be able to clear it out. It's coming back through Norwood, smart kick. And is that Den Bravo who's taking the mark on the chest and potentially in range. Should be kicking from probably just inside the arc, so we'll take her best efforts from here. And she's going to line up for certainly a fair way out, but been super impressive. Puts it towards the top of the square. Who's there in danger? Says not Chapman again. Touched off hands.
Whoa.
Oh, that could have been goal number 6.
She's on fire today.
Well done to the Dockers to be able to stop that one. 9-13-67 Norwood. Templestowe no score. 5 minutes to play. Final term. Deakin University match of the round. Of course, today we're off to Donvale Reserve for the senior men's game. It's not too far from here, is it, Kate? Just round the corner?
Just down the road.
Which is good.
Not like the hike from Park Orchards to Beaconsfield.
Den Brava controlling the footy. Davies. And a free kick here towards the Dockers.
It's the first time we've
D'Souza to take this.
It's the first quarter we've actually seen the Dockers actually being rewarded, you know, just with, you know, free kicks and that, because it's mostly gone Norwood's way this game. Apologies for not having the stats up for you, Ryan.
Viney towards the middle of the ground. Was picked off by Larkins. We'll get a ball up in the centre square with 4 minutes to play. Of course, we have our Eastland Hoyt's best on ground voucher to give out. I think at this stage, despite being quite a few contributors for Norwood, I think a lot of us will say that it's Chapman's to lose from here.
Yeah. There's been outstanding players for Templestowe. I'll just name the ones that I've felt have been a standout during the game. Maletta, number 6 for the Dockers, number 13, Sumner. Lim's been really quick, but she's been her fast run has been shut down by Norwood, and the other one that's been really you know, a standout for Templestowe has been number 24, Dumas. For Norwood, for me, Chapman, you can't go past 5 goals currently.
Den Brava's been good.
Yeah, and
oh, here we go. Here's an opportunity for the Dockers. It's Maletta who's off quickly. Takes on her opponents a 1-on-2 in the forward half.
2-on-1.
Lobert was able to clear it out, but depending on where this ball lands, doing nicely there, Roachford. Holding the ball free kick, so they're still a chance here, Kate. They can get one before the siren will.
I'd really love to see them get, you know, just a goal on the board, a score on the board, because I really think going into next week, it would really help them with their confidence, because
Yeah.
they really have worked so hard this game.
Big contest here on the wing for the ball to be won. It's a 1-on-2. Doing nicely, but
Great work by Simic
Yeah.
for the Dockers to have 2 Norwood players on her to make it a ball up.
yeah, definitely tap down again in favour of the Dockers. Lim trying to tap it to herself. Free kick's going to be awarded here to Emerson Smith, who's done well today, as she will look to use the corridor out the back. Running on to this first, it's going to be Sumner. Bumped off the ball by Chapman. Chapman got the handball away, and now they're inside 50. Bouncing in towards a dangerous spot. Crosby picked it up nicely. Swung around and got rid of the ball. Picked off by Rochford, who's just got better and better as the game has gone by. They've got numbers out. And here's an opportunity for Caden, who right boot has bounced through for a minor score. So 9-14, 68 Norwood. Templestowe no scores. We've got 1:20 to play before the final siren out here at Templestowe Reserve. Sumner will take the kick in for the Dockers. Great to be out here at Templestowe Reserve for the first time this year. Wason with the mark, skipper for the Dockers. Been impressive. So is Lim, but the ball just slips through her hands that time. So getting it forward again. Handling it to herself there. Doing nicely, right boot forward. That was Chapman. And the other Chapman's lurking the goal square. So is Morby. Her kick was smothered. And we'll get a ball up with 23 seconds. Potential for one last goal for Norwood. Chapman, who has 5s around the contest in this one. Templestowe just looking to clog this one up and call it a day. Morby. It's free kick being paid here, and it is a Norwood free kick. So on the siren, we'll have a set shot goal for Norwood to make it a 74-point win if they put this through. And it'll be Brodie Chapman this time to have the shot. And not quite, but bouncing through for a minor score. So that's the final scoreline for Norwood, 9-15, 69. Templestowe no score. And it is win number 5 for Norwood. They've started their season in incredible form as Kate Green makes her way down on the boundary. And I think she'll be looking to find Abby Chapman, who...
Number 10.
That's right.
She's Abby Chapman.
And also the fact with her 5 goals, she kicked a goal in each term. So it was never a... it was never only a one-quarter performance. This is a 4-quarter dominant performance from Chapman, who probably missed 3 or 4 too, and could have even been closer to that 10-goal mark. That's how great she was today. A lot of great contributors on both sides, and fantastic to be out here at Templestowe Reserve as Kate continues to make her way to find Abby. Of course, out here at Templestowe Reserve, East Burwood have made their way out into the field. They're going to be taking on the Dockers in the reserves for the senior men's, followed by the senior men's game a little bit later. And I believe potentially we've got Abby now down at ground level. Abby, have we got you? Are you able to hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Congratulations on your performance. I think it was 5 goals in the end, and almost could have been a little bit more. A fantastic performance from yourself and the entire group.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a really good win. We had a lot of fun.
Certainly right, and the way you've started the season, it's the 5th win in a row, and a lot of the side, it's filled with juniors and young players. You must be really impressed with the group and some of these players that continue to come into the side.
Yeah, for sure. At the start of the season, we weren't too heavy on numbers, but we've got a pretty good list now with we're continuing to add more people, which is really good for the club. Yeah, so credit to everyone, and Tyler, who has committed to the club, which is really good for everyone.
How's he's obviously he's worked with the group. We spoke to him at the start of the game. How's he been at the club, and how important has he been to the development of the girls too?
Yeah, he's been awesome. We have definitely had a lot of ups and downs, which every footy club is going to have, but it's been good to have the experience of him coming from WA to really help us over in Victoria.
Fantastic, and the girls are making their way off the field, so we'll let you go to sing the sulking. Congratulations, 5 goals from you, a fantastic performance, and another win for Norwood.
Awesome, thank you very much.
There's Abby Chapman there. Great to hear from her after the game with Kate Green down at ground level, so we'll get Kate on the socials to get a photo for Abby, the Eastland Hoyts best on ground winner for today. 5 goals and almost could have been 7 or 8 with the way she was performing. Really, really solid performance. So congratulations to her, and we'll start to wrap things up out here at Templestowe Reserve. Of course, if you're still looking to watch a bit of footy live and you can't make a game, we've got the live stream this afternoon at Donvale Reserve, Donvale v Scoresby. That's 1v2 in the senior men's competition. Fantastic to be out here at Templestowe Reserve for the first time this year to see 2 new sides to the competition, the senior women's competition in both Templestowe and Norwood. And Norwood, super impressive. They walk away with a 69-point win. Congratulations to the Norwood Football Club. And we'll see you next time for the Deakin